We continue and actually conclude today the laws of Sanhedrin of the court, the laws of the court. We're at chapter 23. Halacha number one. Deuteronomy, it says, do not take a bribe. Needless to say, this command, right? Oops, I'm sorry. Yes. I was, yeah, chapter 25. Yes. I'm sorry. Okay. It is forbidden for a judge to assert himself in a lordly and haughty manner over his community. Right, so judges are not just for adjudication of a particular law, right, between litigants, but they also have communal responsibility. They have to do it. They should conduct themselves with humility and awe. Any leader who casts unnecessary fear upon the community, not for the sake of heaven, will be punished. And will not see a son who is a Torah scholar, as implied by the non-literal reading. Therefore, people fear him. He will never see anyone with a wise heart. Halacha number two. Similarly, a judge may not treat people with capriciousness, even though they are common people. Right? Like, don't treat them lightly just because they're lightheaded people. Right? And let the vida and liba. Yeah. Right. Even though they're simple people and lowly, they are descendants of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and hosts of God, whom he led out of Egypt with great power and a strong hand. So you got to treat them respectfully. He should patiently bear the difficulty of the community and their burden, like Moshe, our teacher, as it states, as a nursemaid will carry an infant, as it says. And I commanded you judges. Today's Chumash, but right where Yisro told Moshe that he should make a whole slew of judges, right? And but later on it says that, and I commanded you judges. This is the admonition to the judges to bear community like a nursemaid carries an infant. Psh. Take example from Moshe, the master of all prophets, whom the Holy One, blessed be he, sent to Egypt, about whom he says, and I command them concerning the children of Israel. The oral tradition relates that God told Moshe and Aaron to accept this mission, even though the people would curse them and stone them. Right? Well, that's what happened. Remember, that's what happened. Well, that throughout the 40 years, right? Yeah. So just as a judge is commanded to fill this mitzvah, right? Commanded to fulfill this mitzvah, so to the community is commanded to show honor to the judge, right? It's a two-way street. And I commanded you. This is a command of the community that they should treat the judge with awe. He should not act in a demeaning manner in their presence, nor should they conduct himself in a frivolous manner. When a person is given a position of leadership over the community, he is forbidden to perform work in the presence of three people, lest he be demeaned in their eyes. For performing work in public is forbidden to him. Now, so certainly it is forbidden for him to eat and drink or to come intoxicated in the presence of people at large and the gathering of the common people and in friendly get-togethers. Woe to those judges who conduct themselves in a manner disgracing the Torah of Moshe. They,
So it's for work.
huh?
Forbidden to perform work in the presence of the people. What's the work that they're referring to?
Like,
Because I would assume he has a job or some sort of
So it because this person's going to sit on the court of law and judge, right? Since he's going to do that, he has to have the respect. So what happens if he's going to be like a blacksmith, for the townspeople, and they all come for him, for example, they're not going to look at him as he's a great Torah scholar. They'll look at him like he's a regular person. And then when he makes judgments, it's like, who are you to make that judgment? So he needs to be in a position where there's going to be a little kind of awe of him rather than, he's just a regular guy.
It's like one of us, this sort of thing.
Yeah. Right. They debase its judgments to lower them to the earth, casting them in the dust, bringing about harm to them and their descendants in this world and the world to come. Okay, halacha 5. It's forbidden to conduct oneself capriciously in relation to the agents sent by the court. Now we're speaking about agents of the court, right? So an agent of the court comes to give you a summons, let's say. So you can't act to that person in lightly. For the word of the court's agents is accepted as two witnesses with regard to the question of ostracism. Because if you do, that agent will come back and you can be ostracized because he's considered like two witnesses. Were he to say, so-and-so disgraced me, disgraced the judge, or refused to appear in court, that person's ostracized on the basis of his statements. We do not, however, have a document recording the ban of ostracism composed until two witnesses come testify they refuse to appear in court. So you don't write out a ban of ostracism, but he does get ostracized. Halacha number 6. An agent of the court is not liable for relating unfavorable gossip or telling the court about these matters. Whenever anyone causes aggravation to the agent of the court has a license to have stripes of rebellious conduct administered to that person who, right, based on the agent of the court. Stripes of rebellious conduct is rabbinic stripes. Number 7, when the agent of the court orders a person to appear in court saying so-and-so sent me, I mentioned the name of only one of the judges, document declaring his ostracism cannot be composed against litigant unless the agent summons him in the name of all 3 judges, right? He has to know that he's being summoned by 3 judges, this person to court, right? When does the above apply? When the agent went and conveyed this message on a day on which it was not known that the court to hold session. On a day which it is known to hold session, by contrast, everyone knows that all judges gathered together. Even though the agent came and conveyed the message in the name of only one judge, it says in the name of all 3. That's when a court is not sitting, so you have to mention all 3 judges. But if the court is sitting, and everybody knows that the court that on Mondays the courts are sitting, Mondays and Thursdays, they're for sure sitting, no question about it. We know that that's the rule. The question is beyond that, right? So even though he said in the name of one judge, since the court always sits on Mondays, you are summoned, you have to go. When a person is summoned by the court and does not appear in court, a ban of ostracism is pronounced against him. The ban is recorded in a legal document. He is liable to pay the fee of the scribe who composes the document. When he comes to court, this document is torn because now he's listening, right? In such a document, it was composed because the litigant did not accept the judgment. Also, if such a document was composed, so that was because he didn't come to court. Now we're saying, let's say there was a trial and this litigant didn't accept the judgment, right? So now you're making, right, a ban of ostracism. And maybe torn up when he states that he's willing to accept it, even though he didn't act upon it, but he just said he's willing, then it may be torn up. When a court summons a litigant to appear on a certain day and he does not appear on that day, a document recording a ban of ostracism is composed that evening. So he's supposed to come today. He didn't come. So tonight, the court could make a ban of ostracism in a document. When does the above apply? when he lived in the city and stubbornly refused to come. Right, so he stubbornly didn't want to come. If, however, he lived in outlying villages and would go in and out from the city at times, we summon him to appear in a court on Monday, Thursday, or the following Monday, because those are the court days. Right? If the Monday passes without any him appearing, we do not compose ban houses until the following day, the Tuesday. Halacha number 9. We do not summon a person to court during the month of Nisan, nor in the month of Tishrei, because the people are occupied in the preparations for the festivals. Nor is a summons issued for Friday or for the day preceding a festival. We do, however, issue a summons in Nisan for him to appear after Nisan, and a summons in Tishrei for him to appear after Tishrei. We do not, however, issue a summons on Friday for a litigant to appear after Shabbos. Rationale is that everyone is busy on Friday. You're busy, like you might just forget it. You don't have the space in your head. When a person was located in a city and an agent of the court went to summon him, but could not find him, the court date is not set until the agent finds him and conveys this information. Different rules apply if he lives in a village outside the city. If he is accustomed to coming on that day, the agent may tell one of his neighbors, even a woman, if so-and-so comes, inform him that the court summoned him to appear at this. If he is accustomed to coming that day, the agent may tell one of the neighbors, right, even a woman, if so-and-so comes, inform him that the court summoned him to appear at this time. If he does not come that day, he is placed under ban of ostracism that evening. When does the above apply? When the way which he is wont to follow does not pass the place of the court. If, however, his path passes the court, he is not placed under a ban of ostracism until the agent notifies him himself. For perhaps the neighbors will not notify him, for they will rationalize. His path passes past the entrance of the court. Certainly, he visited them and was released. However, he is not. Right, so since he's going to pass the court, the people might rationalize, right? Passes the entrance of the court, certainly he visited them and was released. Similarly, he will not come into the city until the following day. We do not rely on the neighbors, for perhaps they will forget to fail to notify him. Okay, last halacha in chapter 25, the following laws apply when a person comes to the court and accepts the judgment issued against him. He is told to make financial restitution, but does not do so. He is not placed on the ban of ostracism until he is given a warning for Monday, Thursday, and the following Monday. If he does not pay by that time, he is placed under a ban of ostracism until he pays what he is liable. If he waits 30 days and does not seek to have the ban of ostracism lifted, he is excommunicated, which is a more profound, actions taken against him. But we'll learn